Go to the exam hall without a deeper or an in-depth understanding of financial reporting standards. So many students fail the exam because of their lack of understanding of financial reporting standard. There is a trap I see a lot of students in, and especially students writing financial reporting and corporate reporting. They think that consolidation is I don't know who perpetrated that though, but they focus a lot on consolidation. So throughout the period, they will be solving questions on consolidation, practicing consolidation. Then they will go to ratio, thinking that they can memorize the ratio, go to the exam hall. Then they will look at single entity and be solving questions and be solving questions. But your success of these things, with the exception of ratios analysis sometimes, is based on your in-depth understanding of the accounting standards. So if you don't understand the accounting standards, then forget about it. That is why you need to spend enough time to work on all the accounting standards. IAS 2, IAS 8, IAS 12, IAS 16, IAS 20, IAS 23, IAS 33, IAS 36, IAS 37, IAS 38, IAS 40, IFRS 16, IFRS 15, right? IFRS 5, IFRS 9, IAS 19. All of these accounting standards, you must know them offhand. Because you see, if you are doing single entity financial statements, you are preparing a statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, the statement of financial position, or the cash flow statement. The footnotes that you are going to be having are all based on an accounting standard. So each of the footnotes is based on an accounting standard. So why would you solve 10, 20, 30 single entity questions without going to the foundation to understand the accounting standards? Why will you do that? Why will you commit such a harm on yourself? So please, I wouldn't want you to fall a victim of this. Now, if I'm supposed to follow logically based on trend analysis, look at what is happening. In May 2019, 57%. In November 2019, 60%. In May 2019, 80%. What it means is that in November 2019, if care is not taken, it could skyrocket to 90 or 95% of students getting or obtaining below 40% in the exam hall. Why? Because students are not prepared for the examination. They are not ready for the exams, one. And then two, because students lack the understanding of financial reporting standards and double entry. If you are going to be ready for the exam, if you are going to be prepared for the exam, if you are going to put yourself in the position that will enable you to increase your chances of passing the examination, then you must understand the fundamental principles that underlie each subject. In this case, the fundamental principle that underline financial reporting, corporate reporting, is not consolidation, it's not ratio analysis, but financial reporting standards as well as the double entry. But I don't blame that on a lot of people, because most people come in with a degree and they're exempted from level 1, and so they don't have the understanding of financial accounting in level 1. Now they go to level 2, and instead of them spending enough time going through the accounting standards, they don't do that. They don't do that. Now, one of the things you must understand is that maybe you think ratio analysis is cheap. But in the exam hall, ratio, that is interpretation of financial statements, calculation or computation of the ratio, does not award you mark as much as the interpretation of the ratios. And this is where I see a lot of students falling as prey as well in the exams, where students are able to calculate the return on capital employed, calculate the net profit margin, the gross profit margin, the liquidity ratios, the gearing ratios or gearing ratio. They're able to calculate all of these, but they are not able to interpret the ratio. They are not able to tell us the causes of this. They are not able to say the implications of this or the effects of this. They are not able to tell the future effects of this ratio that they have calculated on the company. All they do is that the ratio has increased by 20%. And what do we mean by that? If you calculate the ratio and it has increased by 20% or it has reduced by 20% or there is a 20% percentage change in the ratio that you have computed, what is the implication of that? What are the causes of that? What could be the impact of that on the performance of the company going forward? What could be the effects of that on the going concern status of the company? So when you compute ratios, it is not just about the computation, it's not just about the formulas, it's not just about the calculation, but most importantly, it is about the interpretation of the ratio. That is why it is called interpretation of financial statements, not computation of financial statements. That's very critical. That's very critical. So if you are going to be passing the exam, financial reporting to be specific, corporate reporting critical, then you've got to be ready for the exams. Then you have to understand financial reporting standards and then the double entry. That is why if you check closely on my YouTube channel, for instance, I spend a lot of time, I have a lot of videos on a lot of the accounting standards. So in case you are not aware, in case you have challenges with any of the standards, just head to my YouTube channel, check the playlist titled Accounting Standards. And throughout that, you will see standards, lecture videos on standards and various issues. That will help you to prepare well for the examination. But if you want more also, we have the courses available online where you get access to the full course where I go through the standards one after the other and explain how the standards relate to each other. But before then, all you must understand is this. If you don't want to be part of the predicted 90% of people in November going to fall below 40%, then you've got to be ready for the exams. You've got to prepare for the exams. You need to understand financial reporting standards as well as the double entry principles. If you don't do these, I can guarantee you the exams you're going to write, you are going to ultimately fail. That is the thing. That is the thing. So I want you to role play back. Go through the syllabus. I don't know where you are going attending lectures, if you are doing self-study, or I don't know who is teaching you. But go through the syllabus and look through all the financial reporting standards. Look through all of them. Write them down. After writing them down, find out which one do I have authority in? Which one do I understand? Which one don't I understand? And begin to look for lecture videos, begin to look for assistance, begin to look for questions and solve them. Because if you understand the accounting standards well, then consolidation will not be an issue, single entity financial statement will not be an issue. Because if you excel in the standards, definitely you will excel in the preparation of final accounts. And that is the idea about this. That is the idea about this. So these are the two core things the examiner mentioned. Students are not prepared and ready for the exams, and then lack of understanding in financial reporting standards and double entry. Then another issue that the examiner mentioned or raised in the examiner's report, which are part of the causes of this student's failure, can also be attributed to the fact that many students don't finish all questions in the exam hall. Chances are they don't even know because of lack of preparation. So many students don't finish all the questions in the exam hall. Other issues that the examiner raised was the fact that students not numbering their works very well. So you see that somebody, you can really interpret that the person is answering question 5, but there is no question number on it, or the person has labeled it as question 2. And all of these things can affect. Another thing also is that students lack the ability to express themselves on paper. Okay? They lack the ability to express themselves on paper, especially when you're dealing with the theory areas in financial reporting or when you're dealing with interpretation of ratios. Because when you're dealing with interpretation of ratios, your grammar, your expression is going to be critical. Now, over the years, as somebody who has been in this field close to 7 years now, one thing that I've observed in students' life is that they lack expression. Yes, it's not that they don't know, like they know, like some of them have the idea, but how to put the grammar, the words together in a more understandable way, It's a problem. It's a challenge. And funny enough, some people, when you ask them to speak the local dialects, maybe Tree, Ga, or another language, they can say what they want to say in their local dialects very well. But if you come to English, then it becomes problematic. But my problem or my question is, how can you express yourself eloquently in your dialect in relation to the understanding of something and not being able to express yourself well in the English language? Meaning that there is something wrong with you. So one thing that you need to understand is that you have to prepare well for the exams. I know. You need to prepare well for the exams. You have to be ready for the exams. You have to be able to understand the accounting standards and then the issue in relation to double entry. I believe that if you take this advice, you work very hard on yourself, you don't postpone or procrastinate your studying, you become serious and learn how to express yourself on paper, I believe that you can prepare well and pass the examination. So this is what you have to understand, and this is something that really breaks my heart a lot, and that is why I took it up to share with you. So thank you for watching the broadcast. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram because every single day I release videos on that platform as well. Then make sure you like my page as well on Facebook because on all these platforms we release lecture videos. Now, in case you want audio lectures also, we have these audio lectures available on all the podcast streaming platforms. You can visit NhyiraPremiumUniversity.com/podcast or iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud. Just look for Nhyira Premium. I am there and I can assist you so you can prepare well for the examination. So thank you for watching the broadcast, and I'll see you in another lecture as I discuss with you some other things that you need to understand.